Hey everybody, so today we have Bob Wilcox here. He's one of my phone flipping rock stars. He joined the course and has done over $10,000 in a single month using my phone flipping academy course. And today we're just going to kind of talk about where he came from, how he did it, and just kind of ask him a couple questions. So thanks for coming on here, by the way, Bob.
Oh, don't mention it, Luke.
So first off, Bob, how old are you and where are you from?
I'm 22 and I'm from Conway, Arkansas.
Sweet. Okay. And tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you come from, or what was your upbringing? How was life?
I grew up very poor. So obviously there was always a sense of like, I want to make it. I want to make money. I want to figure out how to do that. And, I went through a couple of different courses, a couple of different things, and nothing really stuck. Nothing was really as easy as phone flipping at the time because I didn't want to like develop a business. I just wanted money now. Like a lot of people, they just kind of want some money now.
Right.
And it's really easy to do it, like get started with flipping. And that's what really stuck out with you, because I noticed you were flipping, more than just phones. A lot of people just flip phones and, laptops. You're over there doing video games, bikes, houses, everything you get your hands on. And that really stuck out with me. So, I reached out, joined the program, like, what was it, a year and a half ago or
About
so?
that. Yeah.
And yeah, it's been good ever since then. It's really helped me have that second income, kind of help me build my consultancy to make sure it was funded in the beginning stages,
Sure. So
and
let
that really helped it. Yeah.
so let me ask. Before you got into my program and kind of got into the group and everything, you said you were phone flipping kind of by yourself. You had said, what kind of numbers were you doing each month before you got into the program, and what were some of your best months after you got in?
Oh, when I before I started, I just kind of did it without like taking any courses or anything, and I was like, $200, a phone. You know how most people do it? They kind of get a phone and they make like $50 profits, $40. I'm
Right.
like, oh, I made $40. I feel so great. And, then I joined one course and I got to, $10,000 a month. And then I was looking, but the profit margins were kind of low. But I was looking for like a different way to kind of, up level, next level, get to that next level. And I saw that you were doing, $50,000, $60,000 months. And I was like, well, I got to reach out to this guy. And I reached out to you and got into your program, like into the early stages of it. And it was good. It was awesome. I hit about 25,000,
That's
my highest month. And that was like when I was constantly phone flipping, like actively going out. And now it's kind of more settled. I just have people come to me whenever they know I'm their plug, if you will, or their connect, and they help them get some quick cash.
for
But yeah,
sure.
when I was actively just going and pushing and throwing out ads all the time, it was 25,000 was the highest I got.
That's awesome. So 25,000 a single month flipping phones. That's incredible. How did it feel to like accomplish that? I mean, you said you kind of grew up kind of poor and obviously probably didn't have rich parents or anything handed to you. How did it feel to go from, maybe 1,000 or so a month or whatever you were making and then jumping in a course and I mean just 25,000 in sales in a month? And what was your like profit when you hit that month if you remember?
I think it was about 11,000, so about 45% or so.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. So you nowadays, I want to say you said you had a consulting business that you kind of started too. How did phone flipping kind of help you transition into that and just the mentorship and the mindset? Was it more of a mindset thing that it helped you? You said that you help people handle grief. So obviously, like you said, you kind of had a rough upbringing, didn't have anything handed to you. How has phone flipping kind of helped you get into that business? And is phone flipping kind of passive for you now?
Oh yeah, it's definitely passive now. It's more of I maybe work on it 5 hours a week max. It's kind of, I just have people come to me, to my apartment complex. I don't have them actually come to my like actual number or anything, but I meet them
Right.
outside by like the office and stuff, and we'll go and do a deal. And that's pretty much it. They'll come over, they'll bring like a few phones and they'll get paid. I'll get paid later. And that's how it kind of works out for me right now. But it's really helped me kind of help grow so I can have more, I can buy, work on my Facebook ads and, test certain things with that extra income without like having to worry about anything and it doesn't interfere with like the consultancy money. This money is kind of almost bill money, if you will,
Right.
like personal expenses. And it doesn't touch like that little fortress of, consulting money, so that can grow and grow and grow without having to grab it. Cause a lot of people just grab their money from their business and then they're like, oh shit, I'm broke and my business is going under. And what am I going to do?
Right. Yeah, no, that's awesome. And then, yeah, so obviously you've been in the program for a little while now, and it's really cool to just see somebody kind of go from nothing to something and then be able to start, another business and have the freedom with that just because of the money that you started making in phone flipping. Two questions. So one, what would you say to somebody out there who's debating on, buying my course and getting into phone flipping? Would you say that, it's worth the money as far as just all the accelerated knowledge that you get? I mean, did it make you focus more when you got into it, or what kind of got you to that next level? I mean, hitting 25,000 in a month and just getting that extra freedom.
I think it was definitely probably the mindset and just the techniques and stuff that you had. Like a lot of people, they keep it pretty basic, which is good in the sense, you want to have the fundamentals right, but we're able to reach out. I was able to reach out to you anytime, anywhere, and be like, hey, Luke, is this a good deal? Or what do you think about this? And, they were pretty big deals and pretty random deals.
Yep.
I reached out one time and the deal didn't go well. And this guy had like a storefront that he was just getting rid of. And I reached out and you're like, hey, yeah, dude, I can even help. I can even help you with that. Cause it was like, I don't know, $50,000 worth of phones or something.
I remember that message. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a big deal.
And that's stuff you don't learn in like usual courses. They just teach you kind of like, people to people instead of like a legitimate big business.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no, I completely hear where you're coming from, and I'm so glad to have you on here today, just to kind of, show everybody that you don't have to, come from a perfect upbringing or be in a perfect place in life. Really, it's pretty much, anywhere and anything. And if you just pick it up and get that mindset, you can take this business and actually make it a full-time thing. So
Yeah.
if you had any words for anybody out there that are debating getting started, what would you say to them?
Just get started. Pretty much. That's the easiest thing that's pretty much what anyone would say, just get started. But obviously it's easy to say, just get started. And, people have personal issues and they have issues that are kind of holding them back, and they're really their own worst enemy in a sense, because they don't believe that they can actually achieve anything. They believe it's impossible. They believe it's a scam. And even though they did their first flip or something and they fail, or they lose money, or they're scared after a few flips and they're scared, they let that get to them and then they quit instead of, learning from it and going and going and keep going, So the biggest piece of advice would be just keep going, learn from your mistakes, and just don't let little things get to you. It's just money in a sense.
For sure. Well, awesome, Bob. I appreciate you coming on here and everything. There you guys go. There's another $25,000 phone flipping rock star student, Bob Wilcox, and now he's got his own consulting agency. What's that consulting agency, by the way, Bob? Or what's the name, and what do you help people with?
Defeatinggrief.com. And pretty much I just help grievers understand their grief more and help them defeat it.
For sure. Awesome. Well, that's cool. So phone flipper and consulting agency now. I mean, it's just so cool to see people. I remember when you first started in the phone flipping course, you were just kind of starting out, and looks like things are going awesome for you. So once again, Bob, thanks for coming on here and everything, and, keep flipping.
That's right, Luke. Take care, man.
You too.